Hi everyone, welcome to Mrs. Gomez's at-home laboratory. What we're going to do is the bubble lab. The materials you need will be glycerin, liquid soap, 2 cups, a ruler, a dropper, a measuring spoon in 5 milliliters, a straw. I have a reusable straw here. You can either use wax paper, plastic wrap, or aluminum foil. Now, if you don't have, let's say, glycerin, you can use corn syrup instead. Let's say you don't have corn syrup either. Then try doing the experiment without either of these things and we can see what will happen. For the wax paper, plastic wrap, and aluminum foil, if you don't have either of these things, work on your table just like that. As long as you're working on a table that doesn't get ruined by water, then you should be good. Or use a cutting board. That might work. The measuring spoon is actually 1 teaspoon. So if you can't find a measuring spoon that says 5 milliliters, it's really 1 teaspoon. It's just in science, we always use the metric system, which is milliliters, and centimeters for our ruler. The purpose of this lab is to perform the scientific method and to find the best bubble solution formula. Now it's time for us to make our bubble solution. What I did is I already poured some water in this cup and we are going to put our bubble solution in here. If you have a smaller cup, it will work better. What you'll need is 10 milliliters of water. So I have our teaspoon that says 5 milliliters. So I know that 2 of these will make 10 milliliters. I'm also going to put some water, a teaspoon, on my plastic wrap. And I'm going to smear it around just so that the water, the bubble, has something to stick to. Now in my bubble solution, I need 2 drops of glycerol. Now I have the dropper to make 2 drops, but I only have 1 dropper and I don't want to cross-contaminate the dropper. So I'm just going to pour it out like this. So that's 1 drop, 2 drops. Then I need 15 drops of soap. I won't pour this one in. All right, so in my bubble solution, I have 15 drops of soap, 10 milliliters of water, and 2 drops of glycerin. I'm mixing it, and I'm mixing it gently. If I don't mix it gently, it will create a lot of bubbles, and then it will be very difficult to make a bubble on my platform right here. I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to scrape the bottom just to get any residue left of the glycerin and the soap. Now that you have your bubble solution, what I want you to do is try making a bubble without me telling you how to do it. So push pause, try to make one, and then we'll come back. Were you able to make a bubble? Well, I hope so. If not, I will show you soon. So we need to make a hypothesis before we start. We have this bubble solution company, and this is their bubble solution that they have now, and we want to make it better. So how can we make it better? What should we add to our bubble solution? Should we add more glycerin or should we add more soap? Well, if you said so, good job. That's what we're going to do in today's experiment. We're going to add more drops of soap and see what happens to our bubbles. So make a hypothesis based on your soap, how much soap you're going to put in here, and what's going to happen to your bubble because you're putting more soap into this cup. Hopefully you have a great hypothesis. What we're going to do now is our experiment. We are going to start our experiment with the bubble solution we currently have. Then we will add more drops of soap to each trial. It is time for our experiment. What you'll need to do is grab your straw and then with your mix, your bubble solution, dip it in the straw, make your bubble, and then grab your ruler and try to measure the bubble at the same time. So I tried making my bubble and it popped, and it's because there's an air pocket here since water slipped underneath the plastic. So I'm just gonna lift it up a little. If it keeps popping, try getting another sheet and placing it down again, because this can mess up your results. All right, hopefully this is better. Get your straw, dip it in the cup, begin making your bubble. At the same time, measure. All right, my bubble is about 14.5 centimeters. Write that down in your data table. Now it's time for trial 2. We are going to add 5 more drops into our bubble solution. Stir it gently. I'm going to scrape the bottom a little, make sure it mixes everything, picks up the soap. That was 18 centimeters. Now we add 5 more drops, and this will be trial 3. That is about 20 centimeters. Write that in your data table. we are adding 5 more drops, and this will be trial 4. That was about 22 centimeters. Five more drops. This is our last trial. And that is about 25 centimeters. Write that in your table. That sums up our experiment. Now it's time to analyze our data and write our conclusions. See you next time.